I'm Jonevik, and in this video I will show you how Pims document control can be utilized on operated fields. There are several benefits by using the same document control system both during the planning, execution and operations of the field. One thing is that the handover process becomes very smooth. The users can use the same system both during the project and operations, and Pims has all the features required for managing documents during modification projects on the field. Pims can be configured differently depending on which phase it is in. Here I'm accessing the documents register in an operated field. Which columns you see may be slightly different compared to the project phase. And you may have different navigation views. For example, you may be more interested in navigating by the system structure. Searching by tags is of course possible. Like here I search by using the tag number and I will see all the drawings which this tag number is registered. You can see that we have a dedicated domain for the documents of the field in operations. That way we have a clear overview what are the current documents needed by operations. When this FPSO was engineered and constructed, we were working in a separate project domain, where you had all the revisions of the documents and also documents only relevant during the project phase. And as documents becomes ready, by providing final document revisions like as-builts, they can gradually be handed over to the operations domain using this handover feature. This feature helps you identify which documents are ready. For example, if an as-built is required, do you actually have the as-built? Do you have all the native files, etc. What can make document control somewhat complex on an operated field is when you have changes to the site or field, for example by modification projects. And you can also have multiple modification projects going on at the same time. So it starts by getting the modification project approved. This can be done inside Pims using our workflow module for this, or outside. The next step is then to populate the documents applicable for the site modification. That can be a mixture of documents to be modified, documents for information, or new documents planned to be created. You can use the standard MDR process for this, or this feature to manually add existing documents from the field to the site modification, either for info or to be modified. Then the standard process for issuing documents for review, construction, and potentially as-builts moves along. In some cases you might have more than one modification project going on, dealing with the same documents. Then you may need to handle conflicts. Here we have an example of a conflict. Modification 1 starts working based on revision 01. Another modification project starts based on the same revision. Then the second modification project is completed and hand over the new as-built to the operations domain. Then when the first project has their as-built ready, it might be a conflict. Pims doesn't do any magical stuff here, but it flags this as a conflict so that either the contractor on modification project 1 ensures that their as-built includes the changes done by project 2, or it might be handled by your own drawing office. When this conflict is handled, one can hand over the new as-built to the operations domain. Let me show you what it looks like. So here I have an overview of all the modification projects going on this field. I click on this one and I can see the documents relevant for this site modification and what the status is. For example, review ongoing, ready to be handed over, and I also have a conflict. I click on this conflict to view more details, and from here I can resolve the conflict. When conflicts are resolved, the document can be handed over to operations. To hand over documents to operations, I go up here and select Hand over to operations. This revision is then copied over to the operations domain, where it will be stored together with the rest of the documentation for operations. You can also see the other documents that are currently being modified on a site modification, indicated with this wrench. So this was an introduction to how Pims can be used in operations. Feel free to contact us if you want to learn more about this. Thank you.